I met her in the hallway outside our graduate psych seminar, leaning against the wall, like wavy auburn hair, nails, black boots that scuffed the linoleum. She looked like a mess in the most intense. "You smoke?" she asked, eyes locked on me before I could even pull my folder from my bag. Trying to quit. Try again later. She led the way to the campus greenhouse behind the science, lit a cigarette, and passed it without asking. We sat on a bench between hanging ivy, the kind of silence that feels like a conversation building from the inside out. Her name was Camille. 3 weeks in, those smelled like patchouli and whiskey. The windows always cracked no matter how cold it got. We'd do it everywhere. On the kitchen table, the couch, once on her desk while a paper printed in the background. She made me feel like life was something you could tear into, teeth first. By the second month, it started unraveling. First were the mood swings. I'd wake up to her crying in the bathroom, legs pulled to her chest. "You're going to leave," she said once, mascara streaking down. "Everyone leaves." "I'm not going anywhere," I lied. I should have, but I didn't. And she took it like betrayal. She threw a wine glass at the door and locked herself in the bathroom. I heard the scissors before I heard her scream. When I got in, hair was everywhere. Big chunks missing. Clumps on the floor like animal fur. She looked at me like a child, like she didn't recognize herself. "I don't feel real." I stayed. I told myself I loved her. I told myself it was my duty. But the truth was, I was afraid. A week later, I told her we should take a break. She didn't cry. She stared at me, then calmly said, "If you leave, I'll kill myself." I'm not being dramatic, I'm just telling you. I nodded. I said nothing. That night, I'd study late, turn off my phone, stop texting back immediately. She'd show up at the library. She'd accuse me of cheating. I wasn't. But then again, I wasn't exactly loyal either. There was Julia, another grad student in my cohort. Nothing happened, not at first, but we'd talk, laugh, sit too close at the bar during seminars, and I let her touch my hand once when it felt good to be wanted without fear. Camille sensed it. "You're slipping," she said one night as we lay in bed. "You're pulling away." "I'm just tired." "No, you're scared. I can smell fear on people." She rolled over and we did it again like two pigs in the mud. She cried after. I didn't hold her. I started hoping she'd be the one to end it. I made myself colder, more silent. I left her waiting at dinner, and eventually she did it. One morning, she showed up to my building wearing an old hoodie and no makeup. She looked at me for what felt like an hour. Then she turned and walked away. I should have felt free. I should have felt relief. But I felt nothing. Julia texted me. "Something weird happened last night. You free?" I went over to her place. Her long blonde hair was uneven in the front, jagged, like it had been chewed. "Someone came into my apartment while I was sleeping," she said, her voice cracking. "I woke up to find this." She pulled a fistful. "No sign of forced entry. Nothing stolen. Just this." We sat on her couch, both of us stunned. She leaned against me, shaking. "You don't think?" she whispered. I said nothing. A week later, Camille withdrew from the program. No explanations. Just a line in a faculty email that she had personal matters to attend to. No one saw her again. It's been 3 years.